A post appeared on Reddit titled "I betrayed my boyfriend and I feel terrible." The author said that they had been together for several years and everything was fine until she met another person who she really liked. She struggled with these feelings, but in the end she could not resist and cheated on her boyfriend. Now she feels guilty and doesn't know how to tell him. Commentators tried to support her, but many condemned her act and advised her to be honest with her partner. As a result, the post caused a heated discussion in the community about the loyalty, trust and complexity of human relations. Hopefully this option fits. It happened on one of the popular subreddits where users shared their life stories. A young man named Alex decided to share his painful story of betrayal. He said that he had been dating a girl named Sophie for about a year. They were very happy together, made plans for the future and even started thinking about getting married. But one day Alex accidentally discovered that Sophie was secretly corresponding with his best friend Max. When Alex confronted them, Sophie didn't deny the obvious. She admitted that she has had feelings for Max for a long time and decided to cheat on Alex. Max was ashamed too, but he couldn't resist Sophie's charms. Alex was crushed, because he completely trusted these two. In tears, he packed Sophie's things and threw her out the door. He didn't want to see Max's friend anymore either. Alex felt betrayed and cheated. It took him a long time to recover from this betrayal. Many Reddit users supported him and advised him to move on, because Sophie and Max were not worth his tears. It all started a few months ago when I met John. He was so sweet, caring and attentive. We spent every spare minute together, making plans for the future. It seemed that our relationship would last forever. But then Gray burst into my life. He was the exact opposite of John, a cocky playboy. At first I tried to resist his advances, but he was persistent and charmed me with his drive and charisma. I started dating Gray behind John's back. At first it was just flirting, but then it went too far. I betrayed John's trust by lying to his face. He didn't suspect anything and continued to love me with all his heart. When the truth came out, John was crushed. He couldn't believe I'd done that. He cried, begged me to come back, but I was adamant. I was ashamed, but at that moment I was blinded by my feelings for Gray. It took John a long time to recover from the betrayal. He withdrew into himself, stopped communicating with friends. I felt terrible, but my pride wouldn't let me apologize. Gray, on the other hand, quickly lost interest in me. As a result, I was left alone. John hated me, Gray left me. I realized that I had made a terrible mistake, but it was too late. Now I live with feelings of guilt and regret that haunt me. I hope that one day John will be able to forgive me, but it is unlikely that this will ever happen.
It started out like any other romantic story. Sarah and I met at a party at a mutual friend's house and immediately felt a connection. She was so beautiful, smart and funny I just couldn't resist. We started dating, and everything was just perfect. She made me feel over the moon. But, as they say, all good things come to an end. After about a year of our relationship, Sarah started acting strangely. She began to move away, spend less time with me, and when we were together, she seemed detached and thoughtful. I tried to talk to her, to understand what was going on, but she just waved me off, saying that everything was fine. And then one day, when I went to her house to celebrate our anniversary, I found her in bed with my best friend Jack. They didn't even bother to hide their betrayal. I was shocked, furious, desperate. My heart broke into 1,000 pieces. How could she do this to me? Was she just playing with me all this time? I immediately stormed out of her apartment, unable to hold back my tears. My friends tried to calm me down, but I was crushed by Sarah's betrayal. She destroyed my trust, my hopes for a future together. I felt so used and betrayed. It has been several months now, but the pain still does not subside. I try to move on, but her image keeps popping up in my mind. How could she do that? Didn't our relationship mean anything to her? I still can't understand how she could betray me so cruelly. Hopefully, this wound will heal over time. But for now, I feel empty and broken. Sarah's betrayal changed me forever. Now I hardly trust people and I'm afraid to let anyone in close. I may never be able to fully recover from this blow. But I know that sooner or later I will have to move on. It just doesn't seem possible right now.